Okay, so this expression is as thick as thieves. Okay, and it means like a close relationship like thieves would have. Because thieves kind of have a criminals sort of have a like a brotherhood, uh, and they have to watch each other's back and they have to keep each other's little secrets, right? But this expression can be used in a positive way or a negative way. To be honest with you, I've heard it more often in a negative way, but when I was researching this, I found that a lot of people use it in a positive way too. So you have to use the context to find out whether they're using it in a positive or negative way. Let's take a look. This is talking about Paul McCartney and his wife Linda, and just checking out this context. They were, of course, thick as thieves, playing in wings and raising children together. So that's just a positive meaning. Okay, it has nothing negative, even though it has this word thief in it.
Bob and I were thick as thieves. We did
Okay, so
everything.
he's describing himself, so you know.
As
Now, I personally think uh, that this is meant in a negative way. Okay, so because they're talking about, as the expression goes, Mike Lindell, which is this guy right here, and Trump are as thick as thieves.
the expression goes, Mike Lindell and Donald Trump are as thick as thieves.
Okay, so they're taking advantage of the double meaning, a double entendre. So uh, they're taking advantage of the fact that this sometimes has a negative meaning and sometimes neutral or positive.
Where we
Bob Yates and I were
Okay, same dude.
His kids called me Uncle Blue, and my kids called him Uncle Will. And so we were thick as thieves.
Okay, so, but let's say, for example, I might have told you this before, but in the past, I had at the same time, I had an Australian roommate and a British roommate. And so, those guys are from the former British Empire, right? And in my opinion, there's a sort of a connection there where a lot of them would actually like to go to the United States, but they can't, so they've got this sour grapes thing, happening. But and then sometimes they really don't, and they've just been sort of brainwashed. But a lot of them don't like Americans, right? And I don't like them either because of that, right? So uh, those guys would kind of not so much. I would say these two were not that bad. I've seen a lot worse, but they would kind of gang up on me sometimes, and so if I were to describe them, I would say, yeah, you guys from the former British Empire, you get you're as thick as thieves, and and I meant it in a negative way, right? So also, let's say for example, there's two friends in a bar, and then over near the bar are three guys, right? And one friend that's not near the bar, that the two friends, goes to the bathroom and he gets into a kind of an argument with one of the three men, and he comes to the table and he's thinking, I'm just gonna kick that guy's ass, right? So the other guy says, "Hey, be careful of those guys. Those three guys are all from this small town over here, and they grew up together. Those guys are as thick as thieves. You're not going to fight just one of them. You'll have to fight them all, right?" I've also heard like people talk when they would talk about uh, somebody would be going to get into a argument or a fight with a Japanese guy, and the other foreigner would say, "Don't don't do it because you'll have to fight all of them because they're as thick as thieves," right? Or they'll go get the racist Japanese police, right? So uh, it could be used in that way, and any kind of uh, you know group, and you could say it in a way like those guys are as thick as thieves. Yeah, be careful. So there were two ladies that I used to work with, and they were pretty close, and if I wanted to something to get back to the other girl, the other lady, I would tell the one friend because I knew it would immediately get back to the other one, right? And so let's say if I'd say something, the girl leaves. This guy says to me, "You know, she's going to immediately go and tell that other girl what you said." And I said, "Yeah, I know. Those two are as thick as thieves," right? So you can do it with the double meaning, right? So, okay. Oh, here's another one. Oh, I got a good one. Good one. Oh, man, I got a good one. Okay. Go-go bars in Thailand. They try to rip people off. They'll say that you ordered a drink and you didn't order it, or some girl happened to be sitting next to you and they said you requested her or something like that. You try not to pay, and you try to say no, I'm not paying, but they'll gang up on you, and so you could use that expression like, you know, be careful of those people that work in that industry because they're as thick as thieves. Okay, and they're not old friends. They just work in the same like seamy industry, and they know the scam, right? So I've heard this. Somebody told me this before. Like be careful, about everything because they're as thick as thieves there. Okay, okay. So I will talk to you on the next idiom.